So I've been using PDFs for about 10 years, and just about every file that I've had has been electronic. So I don't keep medical records and medical reports or any other privileged matter pertaining to a file once it's complete, but I keep all of my case law, pleadings, advices, and I now have a collection that includes my current files, where there are other documents, but my computer tells me that I have 229,000 documents in my index, my work practice. And that can become hard to manage. I've shown an example of how you can use Windows Indexer to find something if you know the name of the matter. So a case, if you know the case name, there's one dealing with medical negligence called Get and Tibet, and there it is. And I can bring up the case within seconds if I know the name. And you can get to the ratio quickly by bookmarking it and then saving it as you read the case. Another way in which I use documents where I don't know the name of the file is to use a search index, and I use DT Search. I've been using it for years. It's very good, and so this software actually trawls through the documents and indexes them, and then with a search engine like Google, it can bring up the documents if you know roughly what's in it. I'll give you an example where someone recently was chatting to me about allowances and normal weekly earnings, and whether or not some allowances can be included in normal weekly earnings in the under the Return to Work Act. And I just did a word search, and so bring up all documents in my computer that have the phrase normal weekly earnings. That would be a lot. And allowances. And the case, I knew there's the case in my mind that dealt with it. It was a higher duties allowance. Higher duties. So there's other functions I could do within 5 or within 25. And I've got search indexes running over individual matters, but I also have one running over my entire computer, all of the data that I've got for my practice. And so I just click search, and it brings up all of the hits, and the case that I was thinking of in the back of my mind but didn't know the name was Sates. And it looks like I've got multiple copies of it, and some are poor copies, but I've got one floating around in various files that I've titled Better. That's my code, I think, just for a better copy of the document. So I click that, bring it up. Have I bookmarked it when I read it? Yes, I have. And I can get straight to the key points. That's one example of how electronic documents can help you in your practice and locating and retrieving information. Thank you.